Yahushua wait, come to take the throne. To conquer world powers, bring Jacob home. I'm quarterbacking like Jake DeLome. Like Mount Rushmore, I got a face of stone.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 25 verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
What is a face or a veil? It's like when you, have you ever seen, what's the show, Narcos? Remember, you know Narcos, when they drive around somewhere, they don't want them to know where they are, they put the bag over their head so they can't follow them and remember how to get to where they're going. That's what this whole world has on it. It's a bag over your head so you can't see the light. You're walking around in pure darkness. Go ahead.
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
Because all people have been blinded to believe that this is what God looks like. Because what did the so-called white man do during the Renaissance period? He defaced black images and put himself as a Messiah. So part of what we're doing out here is to take the brainwashing off of our people. And off of all other people too, because they've been duped to believe this as well. So give me Jeremiah 16 and 19. Then get Ecclesiastes 3:1 and jump to 8. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction.
See, we got people wanting to worry about whether or not Trump is going to give them a stimulus package. It says the Lord is our strength in the day of affliction. So we're not worried about if he comes with a bag, okay, that's fine. But ultimately, we put our faith in the Most High. Because he's the one that comes with the ultimate bag, the ultimate package. Go ahead.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth.
And say what?
And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
That's what this is. This is a lie right here. Thinking that this is what the Messiah looks like is a horrible lie. It's a blasphemy. What is a blasphemy? A terrible lie. How can a man, I mean, if you go into, how can a man that's white go live in the Middle East right now? You know, well, guess what? We have so-called white people living in the Middle East right now, the Israelis. You know what country has the second highest rate of skin cancer in the world? The Israelis. So if they're the real Jews, why would the Lord save his people just to put them back in the land and give them skin cancer? What kind of sense does that make? Right? So give me Ecclesiastes 3.
It's a museum in Israel that actually shows Martin Luther King came to Israel, right? That Gandhi brought Martin Luther King to Israel. Now, if you look this up online, you can't even find no source on this, but it actually commemorated in Israel. Now, when he went, he met with the King of Jordan. You know, Jordan is right next to Israel, which that's still all technically our land, right? Now, during that time period, it was 1959. During that time period, Jordan had control over Tel Aviv, which is where the actual temple is at, where the actual Jerusalem is at, Tel Aviv. And the king of Jordan actually offered Tel Aviv to Martin Luther King at that time. He said, y'all could just come here. All the Negroes in America could just come here. So he actually tried to give Jerusalem back to the Negro in 1959. But then in 61, Israel went to war with Jordan and took control over that area. That was, he just ended the 6-Day War. That's in 1961. But then when Ben Amista and them start coming over in 66, at first, because you know they got citizenship now, at first what happened was the Israeli government was kicking them out. Guess who took them in? Gabal and Boone Nasir in Egypt.
That's dangerous.
So certain of these people, especially the Arab, Ishmael, right? They know who we are, man.
Exactly.
It's not a secret. They know what we're talking about. And guess what? They're even, well, real quick, Ezekiel 38, quick precept, Ezekiel 38, because it's written for a reason. You know? But we're just crazy niggas and we don't know what we're talking about. You know, we believe whatever. I've heard it all before. Right? So give me where it say to take a spoil.
Sorry, like
all right, this is 12. It's book of Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 12. To take a spoil and to take a prey.
Start at 11 actually. We're going to read near to 12. Go ahead.
And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
So this is the ideology that the Russians are going to have in this time after they destroy America. They're going to be feeling themselves feeling like they're running the earth. They're going to go to the land of unwalled villages. They're going to come into Israel for you. Or they're going to think to come into Israel. Go ahead.
I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely.
Because we will dwell safely because we've gotten our deliverance at this time.
All of them dwelling without walls, And having
Why?
neither
Because the heathen got to build our walls. All the walls that exist in Israel now be knocked down. And somebody going to have to come and build our walls. You know?
and having neither bars nor gates,
Keep going.
to take a spoil, and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited.
That's right.
And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
Keep going.
Sheba and Dedan.
Right, so when you're dealing with the present inhabitants of Sheba and Dedan, this is dealing with like down there in Saudi Arabia, Yemen, areas like that, right? Read on.
And the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof.
With all the young lions thereof, right?
Shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil?
So that's what the Arabs are going to say. The Arabs know what time it is because a lot of these Arab nations, they're not a part of playing out a lot of this World War stuff. They're not a part of these alliances. They have one interest, and that's Islam in the Middle East, right? You have things like, when the last time you heard about ISIS? You ain't heard about ISIS in a while, right? But a lot of people don't even know. They hear ISIS, they don't know what ISIS even means. ISIS means the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, right? Then they have ISIL, which is the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, which is just dealing with the area in the Middle East. So that's all they have a concern about. They're not concerned with the rest of the world. They're just concerned about that region. So they're not worried about going into these world wars. You have larger countries, because you got to remember, Iran, they're Muslims, but those are not the sons of Ishmael. Iran and them are the descendants of Elam. The Persians are the descendants of Elam. The East Indians, the people of Afghanistan, they're Muslims, and Pakistan as well. They're Muslims, but they come out of Elam. They don't have that same spirit as Ishmael. What does Ishmael mean? Yashma Allah in the Hebrew, which means what? He has heard of God, right? That's why they have the Quran. They have certain customs similar to us because they heard of the Most High, right? They're not the chosen of the Most High, but they heard of him. They're one of Abraham's children. So they are operating in a different spirit and have different interests than other nations, right? And they understand who we are, that we are the people, at least the majority of them, right? You go, listen, if you got an Arab that's running a store on your block in your neighborhood, just go talk to him. You'll find out in no time. You'll tell him you're a Jew and he'll look at you like you're just now figuring that out. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? He look at you like you crazy, right? Because he's like, I know this already. You see what I'm saying? But going back to the point, they're not going to be all a part of joining up in all these different alliances and going to these world wars. That's not their interest, right? So when Russia and their allies begin to come and try to storm against us in our land, once we're delivered by Hamashiach Yahushua, what's going to happen is the Arabs going to say, what y'all thinking y'all go down there? They're at peace. They understand that. If they don't know nothing, they know that because they got that in the Quran, and the Quran tells them to read the Bible. So they know that, right? But that's even going into the history. When you got the Jordanian king that wanted to give Martin Luther King Israel, or Jerusalem. When you have the king of then Egypt and Syria, because that was the time when Egypt and Syria was joined up, when Gabal Abdul Nasir was ruling, accepted black people into his country. Then you think about Muammar Gaddafi, right? Over Libya. Muammar Gaddafi has been extending the hand to the so-called Negro in America almost as long as he's been in power. When he was in power, before they assassinated him, all right? Made a public example of him, right? See what I'm saying? So they know what time it is with us, man. All right? And these prophecies, they come to pass before our eyes, all right? And they gonna keep coming through the spirit of power of Yahweh. But that's all I have.
Okay, real quick, read Romans 8 and 19 in the NLT. Watch this.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 19. For the earnest
In the NLT.
Oh, the NLT.
Yeah.
For all creation,
It says all creation
is waiting eagerly for that future day.
That future day. All creation is waiting for that future day when what?
When God will reveal who his children really are.
That's cool right there. They said the whole world is waiting for the day when God will reveal who his true children are. Because this whole world has been, what does everybody think? We're all God's children.
Yeah.
Everybody's a child of God. That's a lie, man. Give me Romans 9. The very next chapter, he tells you who the children of the Most High are. Okay, get Romans 9 and start at verse 6. But are you holding Ecclesiastes? Start at 1 and 8 is what I want, right? Okay, one jump to 8. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, 1st verse. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven.
And it was so cold too. Just touching back on Alzar's point, I wanted to see Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't know that that was the actual Jerusalem. He just thought, oh, it's just some random landmass in the desert.
Well, he couldn't know.
He couldn't.
Well, no, because what did he say in the speech? I've seen the mountaintop. I've seen the promised land. You have to remember.
Wow,
that's the key to this whole thing. After he comes back, then he gives this speech.
Wow,
You see what I'm saying? So that's what he's talking about when he's. I've seen. What is this mountaintop he's seen?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he's knowing. He was knowing.
That's
You know,
cool,
that might not get to which, but you gonna get.
But that just goes to show you real quick too. That just goes to show you that we're the real Israelites, because who has control over Teleron right now?
Israelis.
But they're drop everything. Get Luke 21.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the fact that he didn't do it, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, proves that we're the real Israelites.
Well, Salakia, but at the end of the day, it's set up in the spirit because no man shall buy you.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to be able to do that.
Right. No, exactly. No one's going to be able to save us. No one can bring us back. Nobody.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Who's they? The Jews. Go ahead.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
Now, is the so-called Jew led away captive into all nations? No. Did you know that you have, I was doing some research on my father's last name. You have Ashkenazi Jews living in Cuba that are some of the richest people in Cuba. Well, you got Mark Cuban, who's a so-called Jew. But you see what I'm saying? They rule everywhere they go. They're literally the exact opposite of us. We're the poorest everywhere we go. They're the richest everywhere they go. Yeah, that's not a coincidence, man. Go ahead.
And Jerusalem.
And where?
And Jerusalem.
Now, when it says in Jerusalem, Jerusalem's not the modern day Jerusalem that you go to in the land of Israel right now. Jerusalem is Tel Aviv. How do we know that? Because you go to, give me 2 Samuel 8. Give me 2 Samuel 8. 2 Samuel 8. Sorry, 2 Samuel 5 and 7, my bad. 2 Samuel 5 and 7. It's Zechariah 8 too. We're going to read a whole lot of that because but what proves it is, I'm going to get Zechariah 8 too. Get Zechariah 1 though. But get 2 Samuel 5 and 7. Watch this.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, the 5th chapter, starting with the
7th verse.
7th verse.
And here's why it's so important to read the history. Well, they say history repeats itself. So if we're claiming to be the Israelites, like you got Israelites saying you don't need to learn the Hebrew. How the hell are you going to call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and not learn Hebrew? So that doesn't make no damn sense. So you have to go into the origins of our people. That's why Job 8:8 says, prepare thyself with a search of your fathers. You got to study your ancestors, man. Okay? And sometimes you read stuff in the Bible, like you'll read a story, and you'll only, sometimes brothers select a couple precepts that they highlight, which is fine. But you want to make sure you're taking everything in. Because something like this will get read over. Watch this, 2 Samuel 5 and 7.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, 5th chapter, 7th verse. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion.
David took the stronghold of Zion. Go ahead.
The same is the city of David.
So it says that Zion is the city of David. When you go in the land of Israel right now, they have a sign that says Zion this way, city of David that way. Wait a minute, the Bible just said Zion is the city of David.
That's right.
If they're the real Jews, how come they don't know that? Huh? How come they don't know that, but just some dumb niggas on the street corner, we know that though. Right? You got Zechariah 1, they have scattered. Is that what you get? Okay, then get Zechariah 8 after this. Because the time for the other nations ruling is soon coming to an end. And we say it all the time because it's so true. They want to suppress this knowledge and put us in a lower state because they know the moment we start to rise is the moment they start to fall. So they see stuff like this and they start to panic. Who's seen the British Prime Minister just got the coronavirus?
Right.
You see that? They're starting to fall. Okay, so go ahead, read that.
Salakia, Prince Charles asked. We talk about the nobles, man. Prince Charles got it.
Right. Yeah.
And then the other one, what's the little nigga Henry who married the chair? He's denouncing his royal lineage. He's denouncing.
All right, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
I'm very sore displeased with the heathen. What's a heathen in this context? A non-Israelite. God said he's angry with the non-Israelites. The same way he said that he's angry with the wicked every day. Go ahead.
For that are at ease.
That are what?
That are at ease.
They're at ease right now. Look at them driving up and down the streets of Atlanta, Georgia. See, a lot of them, they're starting to get that fear in them. They never know what true fear is like. This is just a small taste of what's to come. So imagine in that day how fearful they're going to be. Go ahead.
For I was but a little displeased, and they held forward the affliction.
Now jump to verse 18. I think this is what I was going for.
Verse 18. Then lifted I up my eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns.
4 horns, go ahead.
And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these?
So Zechariah saying to the angel, what are these 4 horns? What do they represent? Go ahead.
And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem.
They scattered us. What are those 4 horns? The Spanish, the French, the British, and the Americans. They scattered us. Go ahead.
And the Lord showed me 4 carpenters.
What is a carpenter do? A carpenter builds, but it also destroys. This goes right back to Ezekiel 38. Go ahead.
Then said I, what come these to do?
What are these 4 carpenters going to do? Now here's what's so cool, right? And sometimes we got to understand too, when Satan try to attack us in our faith, like, man, what if I'm maybe not an Israelite? Maybe if we're really the Israelites. Bro, show me anybody, name 1 other people on the group in this, on this earth that are able to go into prophecies like this in time period. You can't. You can't. Literally the Lord revealing to his servants all kind of biblical prophecies that nobody else has been able to decipher. And he says he would reveal these secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Who is his servant? Isaiah 45 tells you that Jacob is his servant. Israel is his servant. Israel is his chosen ones. Right? Go ahead. What's going on, brother? Go ahead.
These are, and he spake saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah.
Yeah, get to the carpenters.
Okay. And that scattered Judah so that no man did lift up his head, but these are come to fray them.
These are come to fray what? The 4 carpenters are coming to destroy the 4 horns. That's the brick. Okay, Brazil, Russia, India, and China is coming to destroy the United States of America and anyone that wants to join up with this place. But when you read Revelation 17, what's so cold is the other nations are going to see America getting their ass kicked so bad, they're going to join with Russia and help destroy this place. Members of those of the 4 horns, 3 horns are going to help destroy the 1 horn. You read that in Revelation 17, it says the 10 horns are going to burn the horn and utterly destroy it with fire.
Well, 1 horn damn near is decimated right now in Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
They're killing so many, dropping dead so much in Spain, man.
Yeah.
Who knows what the Spanish will be left with?
Right? And to hell with the Spanish, man.
That's right.
I hate the Spanish.
That's right.
I hate the French too a lot. So the Lord's destroying these people, man. Then you wonder, you put this dude up as the Messiah. This is the real coronavirus. This is the COVID-19.
That's right.
This is COVID 1492 right here.
That's right.
Okay, how about that? How about we spray this thing with Lysol? All right, go ahead.
To cast out the horns of the Gentiles.
You see that? The cast over the horns of the Gentiles. So that's what day is coming forth, man. But give me Zechariah 8. What's your precept? What is it? Okay, bring it up.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 7.
Yeah.
Your country is desolate.
Your what?
Your country is desolate.
Now, why was the country desolate? Because when you read in the book of Isaiah, Isaiah's prophesying as to what's to come. But the Babylonians coming to destroy this place. Even at the time of Isaiah right there, it was desolate. Because of our wickedness, because we weren't taking care of the land. Go ahead.
I praise Yahweh.
Your cities are burned
Hold
with
on.
fire.
What's up, brother? What'd you say?
I said praise Yahweh. You heard what I
Real
said.
quick, brother. Come here. His name ain't Yahweh. His name is Yahweh.
Well,
Come on.
Yahweh,
There you go.
Yahweh, you know.
All right. Go ahead.
Your cities are burned with fire.
Your cities are what?
Burned with fire.
Your cities are burned with fire.
Your land, strangers devour it in your presence.
Your land, strangers devour your presence. Hey, what's going on, brother? Let me ask you something real quick, bro. You believe in the Bible? No? Let me show you why you should believe in the Bible real quick. Just give me 30 seconds, bro. 30 seconds. Man, this probably want to hear it. Go ahead.
And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
Yeah, and overthrown by strangers. Aren't you so-called blacks and Hispanics sick of living in an enemy's land? Well, what we strive for is, give me Hebrews 11:16. We strive for a place that we can actually call home. We don't get to, you go to the crib or something, I'm going home, but are you really going home? Or are you going to a place that you have to rent from your oppressor, right? Or you have to rent from somebody that got it from his oppressor in a land that your ancestors had to build up and didn't get a damn thing in return for it. So we seek a land where we can literally say, this is my land. And nobody can come do anything about it. This is the land that God gave to my people. We have allotted land per tribe, per family.
It's a lot, because even if you're a homeowner, you still have to pay property tax.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Is it really yours?
Is it really yours? Yes. And you don't pay your property tax, they come and put a lien on it. You know what I'm saying? Then what? So that's off.
How can you call something yours you have to goddamn pay for at the end of the month?
Where are the taxes in the scripture?
Right.
No taxes.
That's ridiculousness, man. Go ahead. Hebrews 11:16. This is why we put the work in like we do. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, 11th chapter, 16th verse.
And I think I brought the scripture out the past 3 camps, but I had to because it's such a powerful verse right here. Go ahead.
But now they desire a better country.
What do we desire?
A better country.
No, America.
A better country.
We want to pray for the United States of America. You know, I drove past a church yesterday at work. You know what the little sign? They have a little sign for in the messages. It said, "Pray for our country." Read it again.
Hold on. Did y'all see what happened in New York?
No.
The Benjamites is riding. They had a huge church van. They had an American flag and it says "Pray for our nation."
Wow.
These Benjamites. I'm talking about with horrible Jamaican accents. And all I asked them on the speaker, I said, "Do y'all got citizenship?" I doubt that you're even legal. And you're talking about pray for our country. But Salaki and the elders been going into this. A lot of our people, even in the truth, brothers in the truth, their mind is still on America.
Yeah.
Your mind is still on America. Listen, we got to seek, like the scripture said, we got to seek a better country, man.
Yeah.
We're not looking to get on top and take over the Israelites, take over the United States of America. That's not the spirit that we're supposed to be in.
That's right.
That's why the elders was joking about. It's why the Most High not gonna give us spiritual power in America. Because if there's certain Israelite groups that if they had spiritual power in America, they go kill other Israelites.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna knock these niggas off. You see what I'm saying?
Trying to take over the
Yeah,
country.
you're trying to just take over America. Nah, man. We gotta remember this place is the whore.
Yeah.
And the whore is made to be burned.
That's right.
So this place, hey, it once was a great place.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this out too. It's a movie. Who's seen Dark Waters? You watched it? The white man's the devil. Dark Waters. Oh my God. I got put on the Dark Waters and my mind is blown on how much the white man's. 99% of all life got Teflon in it. What? And it causes all type of cancer. Right? Wonder why everyone's getting cancer is because you got carbon-8 inside of you and your body don't know how to break it down. But see, America was once a beautiful land, right? You can drive around to the countryside, you can see all these great things from the Grand Canyon to the coast to the, you know what I mean? All this great stuff that's beautiful. The white man has destroyed and polluted all this. I tell people all the time, right? From living in California, as many years I have, a beach in California, I mean, I know it looks good on TV and stuff. Go there, smell the place. Look at the damn gray and brown water, man. The white man has destroyed all of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's over. See what I'm saying? So we got to get our mind off of this. But if you still go to Israel, guess what? It's not like that in Israel. All right? Because that's the place that the Lord has chosen. Right? And even now, since brothers have been going back to Telluride, where the real Jerusalem is at, actual plant life is beginning to grow. Because that thing has lied as a desolate wilderness for a long time. Now there's new life that's growing there, man. See what I'm saying? That's the land that is being spoken about right here.
Yeah. Hold your precept. Well, fine. Bring it out. Then get Hebrews 11:16. Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter, starting with the 10th verse. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not your rest. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted.
It is what?
It is polluted.
See, we don't want to have to see stuff like that in the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
That's why we do the work that we do, so that, you know, that brother come in the kingdom and he's not bugged out, man. You know? Go ahead.
It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
What shall America do?
It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
And even if it doesn't, you know, they don't come banging on your door saying, all right, you N-words, we're going to kill you. No, this place, it doesn't need to do that. It'll do things like I just said, put Teflon in your system. And nobody knows about that. Who the hell even knows what Teflon is?
Listen. In their own people.
Right, exactly.
Their own people got it.
Right. So they can kill you slowly. Or they got all these genetically modified foods that's going to break down your body, break down your liver, break down your kidneys, give you heart failure, get you diabetes and high blood pressure so you can drop dead. Go ahead. Give me Hebrews 11:16. Then Rakat, give me Isaiah 41.
This is the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter and the 16th verse. But now they desire a better country.
We desire a better country.
That is in heavenly.
That is heavenly. We desire a heavenly place. That's why, what do we read about in Revelation 21? The new Jerusalem coming down from heaven. That's what we desire. It's not saying we're going to go die and live in the sky. No, we're living in a heavenly place. And that's why the scripture said about the kingdom of heaven is dwelt among you.
SICARRI.
We are the children of the one Yahweh.
The chosen.
Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his laws to us.
Shalom, what's going on? It's your brother Chief Priest Alazar Lawyer, aka the Gorilla Hebrew, and I'm just letting y'all know I just dropped my official clothing line, Urban Gorilla. Go to urbangorilla.com right now to check us out, man, and pick something up. There's URBNGRLA.com. We got all kind of items for men, women, children, even infants, as well as fragrance oil, smell goods. You can also check out Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co., another SICARRI business, on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can hit up deaconsicari.com to get your plug on the scarves, the music, and the children's Bibles. Thanks for your time. All praise to the Most High. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.